Hello and welcome. My name is Sharon and this is Trio.of.Witches Tarot, and this is part 5 of all of my decks A to Z, and this is going to be F through K. Yes, F through K. So let's get started. So this is the fantastic Menagerie by Baba Studios, and I have the additional extra guidebook that goes with it, which goes into, as all their books do, the creation and the artwork and everything. And this deck is based on the artwork by J.J. Granville, I think. There's another one which might be out of print, not by Baba Studios, that's based on this artwork as well. And I have the one in the wooden box. I don't know if they'll be reprinting this when they do their final reprints of decks or not. The little white guidebook that comes with their decks is still good. I mean, you don't need the other book to be able to read with this deck. Just saying. And it's the cold foil stamping. There's the backs, the same cardstock of all their decks. It's really nice. It's a little, it makes me uncomfortable just being this thin, but you can ruffle shuffle it. It's not gilded on the edges. I don't know if any of their decks are. I don't know. So it is an anthropomorphic deck. I love that devil. So if you don't like this kind of thing, yeah, this isn't going to be your cup of tea. I like animal decks and I like anthropomorphic decks. I almost let my daughters talk me out of this because they do not like anthropomorphic decks. But I like it. There's a lot of bugs in it. I think it's fun. It's very fun. Honestly, I don't think I've ever actually done a reading with this. This is partly me being the completionist, needing all of the Baba decks. I wouldn't mind getting, what is their fairy tale one? But it's out of print and really crazy expensive, if you can even find it. That'd be nice if they would reprint that, wouldn't it? I would love that. Anyway, that is the fantastic Menagerie. And this is the Forager's Daughter. This is the Afterlight edition. I used to have the other edition as well, and I decided I like this better and I didn't need to have a lot of decks. And so, anyway, this is, I think this is, comes as extra. I don't know if it, I don't think it has a little white book. I think that you either read it or, I don't know. I will share information below. So it's a very nice book and full page images and a lot of information on each card. There's bugs. If you don't like bugs, also not a deck for you. It is an animal nature deck. Oh, it's so pretty. So it has some extra cards. This one, is it just the one? No, 2. Can't remember how many extra. 3, 4, 5. 5 extra cards. Really nice book. It's in one of these nice, I like the ones that fold out all the way. I don't mind this. I like these magnetic clamshells, so it's a pretty box. Very pretty. Look at that. Beautiful artwork. So it's gilded, and the difference between this and the other edition is the other edition has color-coded borders, and this one is just white. And at first I thought I would like those color-coded borders. I didn't love them. And then I saw this and I was like, that's it. This is the one. I think that's a cicada. Like I said, there's a lot of bugs in this. It's just otters. Yes. If I can't have mermaids, give me some otters. So it's It kind of reminds me of the Brady Tarot in its kind of, there's one of those extra cards. It's realistic take on wildlife and nature. There is death, there is decay. Animals aren't all cute and cuddly, but a little less in your face than the Brady Tarot is, I think, is how I would word that. And it does have the symbols of the card in the card. I love this moon card. I just think it's a really beautiful deck. And I'm not big on bugs. Like, bugs kind of creep me out. I live in Utah. We don't have like a ton of bugs like in the South. So the dry climate discourages a lot of bugs and the cold. But bugs have always just kind of creeped me out. So this, like, cicadas, oh my heck. Oh, it just, blah. Anyway, this kind of helps me a little bit get over my bug aversion. It's one of the extra cards. And ants. Also ants. Ooh, just thinking about it makes me itchy. I don't know. I'm a big nature lover and bugs. Blah. I just can't. So here you go. That's the Forager's Daughter Tarot. And this is the Forest Creatures Tarot by Tarocco Studio. I keep it in a bag separate from the box. It has this tab, which is already tearing. So, there's that. And it just comes with, there's 2 forest creatures, I think. I'm not sure which edition I have. It's this one. It has this little book, which is kind of hard to read because you've got this like gold text on top of some gold. It's, I don't know, a weird choice. And so just a little bit of information. You don't have to use it. And it is bigger than a regular tarot. Find a regular tarot. So there you go. So it's a very fey deck, populated by a lot of human-looking fairies and humans. And there's animals also. This looks like Jon Snow to me. And creatures. It's just such a pretty deck. And yeah, everybody's thin, and I'm pretty sure white also, maybe. Which is unfortunate. It's just so pretty though. And there's another one I don't feel like I needed to. It's very either Game of Thrones or Lord of the Rings sort of looking people. So pretty. It's just so pretty. Wish there was a better guidebook for it. Definitely the swords look like the elves from Lord of the Rings. And I edged mine in this forest green kind of color. It was white edges. Didn't think it looked good. So anyway, there you go. So that's the Forest Creatures Tarot. And this is the Forhaxa Tarot. This is the indie edition I got sometime last year. It's coming out in mass market now. Hay House maybe? I'm not sure. It's on Amazon. You can pre-order it. And I don't know if it's going to be, so a lot of people complain about this. Very slippery, kind of thin. Well, that's actually kind of thicker, but it's very, very slippery. A lot of people don't like that. So maybe, hopefully they rectify the slipperiness. And I edged mine in like this denim color. Kind of tried to match this color as much as I could. Those are the backs. That's the guidebook. So this is another Fae deck. And it doesn't have images of the cards in the book. Again, that's like, I would go over information over images any day. So it's a nice little guidebook. And I think everybody is like green and purple and blue. Well, that's a white person. Or a white fairy. This is instead of the Hierophant, I think. Can't remember. And there's mermaids in here too, so yeah. I love her. I think she's so pretty. This is the only MJ Cullinane deck I have. I have so many animal decks. I think I don't need the Guardians of the Night. I'm not anti-crow, but I don't feel like I need a deck of crows. But I do like this. Spiders. Mermaid. Another mermaid. A merperson. Yeah, I like this. I don't think I noticed that before, that the ace is not bordered and these are like, no. And there's a lot of crows in this. I guess MJ Cullinane likes crows a lot. What happened there? It's one of my, I don't know, something about the proportions there. Not one of my favorite cards. Not a deal breaker though. I like that one. So that is the Forhaxa. This is the Future Ancestor Tarot. This was recently released, the companion book. And it is a little bit different than your traditional guidebook. It's more of poetry, I would say, prose, than a description of the card or your traditional card meanings. It's really nice. And you do have the pictures. You could almost use this for bibliomancy, I feel like. You'd have to leave out like the journal pages that are in the middle bit. Yeah. It's nice. Very nice. Nice, well done. Sort of a, like that rose petal finish on the cover of the book even. And it's, you know, just in a simple tuck box. It has a little guidebook, and it feels like the Game Crafter linen. And those are the backs. And that's your little white book. You have keywords here. Is it a book or is it like a, I think it's a fold out actually. Yeah, it is. It's a fold out. And this is super gentle, nurturing hug deck. Very monochromatic. And, suits, some of the suits have been renamed. I think the courts have been renamed. Needles are swords. Seeds are pentacles. Candles are wands. And I think cups are the only ones that stayed the name. Student, maker, I forget. You might see it. Why are these upside down? What is happening? it's very calming. It's a very calm deck. There's not a lot of colors to stimulate you. You can concentrate more on the simple images that are there. Not a lot to distract you from that. That's a really nice wheel. Third eye there. There's the Fool. So that's the Future Ancestor Tarot. And my final F deck, I think, is the Fyodor Pavlov Tarot by US Games, not the indie edition. It's in this really nice box. And it comes with this really nice little hardbound book. And I haven't decided if I'm going to keep it in this box yet. Let's look at the book first. So I don't know if the indie edition came with this exact same book or not. It has small images of the cards and a lot of information about each card. And the majors and then the minors. Also, a lot of info on each card. Is there like a making of, intro about the artist, and spreads in the back. Yep. Very nice little book. It's a very inclusive deck. It is also like the Future Ancestor. Well, this is gilded. Like the Future Ancestor, it is very minimal on color and distractions in the card. So it's very easy to concentrate on the figures. And it's very inclusive. And those are the backs. I think they're the same as the indie. And this is really beautiful cardstock. I don't think it actually, is it actually linen? Yeah, it is. It's just a very light linen, very flexible, very shuffleable. If you are a riffle shuffler, my only qualm is with this copyright on the back. Hate it. And then we have splashes of color in each card. And love that moon. I love her. She's very Zaftig. Don't get to use the word Zaftig very often, do you? If ever. So the wands are green. Which I haven't figured out why green instead of like orange or red. And then the coins are this beautiful golden color. The cups are this really pretty blue. I love that card. Oh, she's so pretty. And then the swords are red, which I thought was interesting. It's interesting color choices. She's badass. And then the golden coins. Like her. It was very Slavic. So that's the Fyodor Pavlov Tarot. And now we have the G's. They have the Gentle Tarot. So I have the linen edition, which is more like of a playing card bridge size. And it comes with these cards for the meanings. And I see this one actually got bent even. I'm not in love with this cardstock. She made it very affordable, and I wasn't sure if I wanted this deck or not, so I got it. But it's it gets dinged up, but it is great for travel. So I have taken this on trips. And the colors are a little bit more muted in this. We'll do a little bit of a side-by-side so you can see what I mean. And then this is the guidebook that you can get now. The full size does have a little white book, And there is a PDF also, I think, which I have downloaded a long time ago. But this is a very nice book. And this is more info than is in the PDF or the Little White Book. Very nice. A lot of pages. And then this is the first edition? Pretty sure. First edition, the second printing, something like that. I don't have the alternate levers. I think I have the alternate levers in my linen, but not in this. And it's a chunky deck. It has that matte gold, so it doesn't chip. And it's a thicker cardstock. It's very satiny feeling. So this is not in order. I'm going to put it in order so we can do a side-by-side. And that's the Little White Book. You know, it's still plenty of info to use to read the deck. You don't need the big book, but I like guidebooks. I like knowing thoughts of the creator. Okay, so yeah, the color is a little bit different, right? So here in the Fool we can see is more orange, less dark, and it's zoomed in a little bit more. I think that it's just the linen texture maybe that makes it seem like it's not as bright, not as intense. I don't know. I could be... Yeah, I guess it's just that linen finish that makes it seem different. So it has people in it, but it is also has a lot of animals. And it is very gentle, not quite as gentle as Future Ancestor, I don't think. I find that very gentle. It has an extra card in it. But it still is much more minimal imagery, so it's not quite as... sometimes my brain just gets overwhelmed by all of the stuff in the card. And color especially affects me, not in a bad way. Okay, and then that's a little different, the title down there. Yes, this is lighter, this is darker. There are some differences. So the vibration of the color, anyway, I get back to that, Sharon. Sometimes it's a lot for me. Sometimes I like something that is much more minimal. And so something like Future Ancestor is just what I need. Let's see. I really like this. I like that there's a face. You can see the face in this one better. It is light in depth though, definitely, right? That whale, a lot more light in depth. See some of the pentacles, on the stone. So anyway, some of the suits have been renamed, and the quartz have been renamed. I love this turtle. So let's find the quartz. So we have the seed for the page, and then the root, where the knight has the seed takes root, and then the flower as the plant is grown and is now flowering and creating seeds. And then the harvest, where we harvest those seeds and start the cycle over again. So that is the Gentle Tarot. Those are the very pretty backs. And my other G deck is the Greek Goddess Tarot. Comes in this bag. And so it has some tarot spreads on this card. There's title card. Comes with a little book. Same artist as the Dark Goddess and what's the other one? Can't think of it. I don't have it. Can't think of it. It will be below. There's a little white book, talks about each of the goddesses. And I love this artwork. And it's a fun little way for me to learn about a subject I don't know a whole lot. Right now I'm just using it as single cards, not as a tarot spread, since there's a lot for me to learn in the book. And if I had to read about 3 cards or even 2 cards, I would kind of mash it up in my head what it meant. And then I'd have this confused understanding. It's very cool. It feels like really nice, like thicker maybe than some decks. Like make playing cards, very satiny. Not shiny. It's very nice. Very nice cardstock, very nice artwork, very nice guidebook. And if, you know, it's enough information for me for now in that guidebook, and should I want more info, I know how to use Google. Like that card. Like all the cards. I don't think there's a card in here that I don't like. And the majors have been renamed. Champion, Child. What else are they? Champion, Child. We can look in the book. Let's look in the book. Child, Champion, Companion. Hear that? The Champion and Companion always mess me up. And then the Queen. And you got that Greek key on the back. So that's the Greek Goddess Tarot. And there's info on how to get it, which will also be below. All right, I have one H deck, and it's the Healing Waves Tarot. It is out of print, but the same artist now has a oracle, the Wild Child Oracle, and I have pre-ordered I don't have the Wild Child Oracle, but I have pre-ordered the Wild Child Tarot, which is very similar artwork, because same artist. It's just not ocean-based. So I'm very excited for that. And this is just so pretty. And the colors are very soothing, not super activating, if that makes sense. If you're affected by color like I am, you'll understand what I meant by that. There isn't a lot of color in any single card. There's a few colors. And they're very soothing shades of the colors. And there's some extra cards, at least the letter. I don't know how many. Since it's not in order, I don't know how many. Lots of jellyfish, which I like. And there's mermaids. But if there weren't mermaids, it would still be okay because there's a lot of jellyfish. I like jellyfish. And seahorses. It's like got everything I like for an ocean deck in it. And it's, I guess it is rose petal. More satin on the satiny side though. You know, it still slides, just not super slidey. It's an awesome devil. There's a mermaid. Salamanders. This guy, what is that thing? I don't know. It's a PDF that I have downloaded. So, and it came edged like this in this really pretty light blue. Those are the backs. So that's the Healing Waves Tarot. So now we're in the eyes. This is Tarocco Bizzarro, which I have a whole video about, I think. At least it's in an unboxing. The tuck box came a little banged up. Came from Bulgaria. Pretty sure Bulgaria. And I can't remember, does this have English in it? It does! So yay. And it is a pip deck. Yes, it is a pip deck. But it is, and I'm not, like, numerology, I'm trying to learn it. So, pips, a little bit of a struggle for me. This is a really fun deck, though. It's very cheeky. It's got the shell. Awesome. It's so fun. This is so fun. And it was not expensive. Maybe $30, including shipping. And then you see you got your pips. Let's get to the quartz. See the knave and the knight and the queen and the king. And they got little flourishes on them. That's fun, the moon and the sun. But not a whole lot to speak of other than, you know, some more cups, less cups. The quartz are fun though. Moon and the sun. Is the moon and the sun on all of the twos? Have to see. No, it's not. Let's get to some bugs in this one. So there you go. That is Tarocco Bizzarro. And this is the illustrated Fox Tarot. I think there's another Fox Tarot that is pip. Anyway, I think I found this on Etsy. And it's a black and white deck. Look at that. Love that. And it's a little bit bigger than regular. I think a little bit wider. Not necessarily taller. It doesn't feel tall. It's gilded. It's really nice cardstock. It's a little bit thicker. I don't think you could riffle shuffle this. I don't riffle shuffle, so it doesn't matter to me. It has a lot of zodiacal, it's a funny word, associations. So it incorporates all that, which I don't really know astrology, zodiac stuff, so I thought that this be a good deck for me to learn that from. And this is the guidebook. It also has, I think, the Myers-Briggs personality on some of the cards. Does it explain it here? Personality type. So yeah, it does have personality types where that applies. So not too much information in that book that it's overwhelming for me. Those are the backs. I like them. The Empress. So you have the planet there. And then your astrological signs. Personality type, moon. So there's a lot of planets and personality and astrology in this. And there's a lot going on in the cards. So even though it's just black and white, and the face on the moon. Love it. There's still a lot to look at, a lot to absorb, a lot to take in, something to choose to focus on differently in each reading based on context. It's a very nice quality. I like the artwork. I like that star. Like there's ducks. And the moon is very interesting to me. Nine of Pentacles. So there we go. Yeah, a little bit, have to kick in the brain a little more on this one. So I think earlier, down, he's part bat. It's a very interesting take. So yeah, this one is, it takes a lot more brain power. It's a little more draining for me to use, but I like it. Illustrated Fox. This is the Imaginarium Tarot. This is, I think I got it from Make Playing Cards. One of those. There'll be a link below, and then you'll know. It has just a little, it says guidebook, but it's really just a little pamphlet with keywords. It's very colorful. Don't love the white borders, like, at all. Wish this was borderless. Thought about trimming it and then writing the words on it. That just feels like a lot of work right now. It's a very interesting deck, though. The smell is almost gone. Waiting for the smell to go away. It was very stinky. And this creator, I will share a link also to this creator's YouTube, because they do have a YouTube channel, which I haven't watched much of yet. I'm hoping to get a little more information on each card from that, because the guidebook itself just has keywords, which it's tarot. I can find the keywords in a tarot book. But it has mermaids, so yeah, you know. Sharon's a sucker for mermaids. I just like the colors in it. I like the trees and the interesting creatures that are not like too creepy, weird. Fairies. Very interesting. I don't really see anybody talking about this deck. I don't know. I like that moon. A little bit. There's the Ace of Cups. I like it. So that's the Imaginarium Tarot. And this is the Interim Tarot. There was a Kickstarter sometime last year, and then the creator went through a lot of life issues, so the Kickstarter has not been delivered yet. Could order a full borderless, which is what I have, but there was, I forget, but you call them the letters. There's a book, a hardcover book that's coming out with the letters in it, which I don't know when I get it. And I think I ordered the expansion pack with the letters. I can't remember. It's been a while now. It's very interesting. It's based on different like time of day applied to cards, which is very different. It's very interesting. And it's another black and white deck. And it's like Game Crafter linen again. So you don't have to know all those things about the time of day and all these other things. It is RWS based, you know. All the majors are the same. I think there's one or two extra cards. Let's see when we get there. The Artist, the Interim, which is a weird card to me because I always see an elephant. But I don't think that's what's actually in this card. Although I see it, and I can't unsee it. You're welcome. So, yeah, it's RWS clone, technically, but very, very different imagery and that whole, a lot of other things that I really haven't seen layered on Alice in Wonderland, layered on the tarot before. A lot of water in this deck. It's very watery. Looks like a brain. Probably is a brain. It's the swords. Brain again. Every time I look at this deck, I see new things in the cards because there's a lot going on. My brain just can't take it in all at once. Baba Yaga. So that's the Interim Tarot. And this is the Intuitive Night Goddess Artist's Edition. I think the only difference between this and the regular edition, mass market edition, is that it's gilded. I don't know. I don't have the other one, so I can't compare cardstock or anything else. It's regular tarot size. This is the little black book that comes with it. And a lot of things have been renamed in this. And it's goddesses, but not real goddesses, just goddess. You know, not historical goddesses anyway. So the majors have been renamed, and then I'm looking for the quartz. So you have a nymph, warrior, queen, and spirit. So that's the spirit. Then there's some extra cards in here as well. The knight. Here's one of your warriors. I love that ace. So it is collage. It is really pretty. Introspection instead of hermit. Really like this deck. A lot. I love all the colors on this black background. Gives my eyes a chance to focus on those colors without like color on color on color on color. Meditation instead of the Hanged Man. I think it's like rebirth or resurrection or something like that for death. You can just feel the fabrics in it, can't you? Love that 6. Love the way the wands glow like lightsabers. Another one of the extra cards. So this is very reasonably priced because you can get it mass market if you like it and want it. You don't have to get the artist edition. Just like shiny. I'm a Gemini. Shiny. Those are the backs. So that's the Intuitive Night Goddess. And this is a deck by the same creators, publishers as Luna Lapin, which is the Bunny Tarot. When you will see when I get to my elves. But I don't see anybody talking about this deck. So it's a It came a little dinged. Comes with this bag. And it is tarot with some oracle cards as well. It's a nice box. It's my certificate of authenticity. And it comes with an English guidebook. So Luna Lapin first came with only a Thai guidebook. And then when they came out with the one with the English guidebook, I bought it. Plus I bought this at the same time. So it's a nice little guidebook. I mean, there isn't a whole lot of text, but you have a little black and white of each card. And then it does also go over all of the oracle cards that come with it. So let's look at those first real quick. So these are the oracle cards, and because there's 100 cards in the deck, 22 oracle cards. And it's an animal deck. If I didn't point that out into the wild, could have been a hint. Some bugs, but it has dark and light in it, which is nice. Not everything is always happy and perfect and wonderful. Sometimes life is hard. It's gilded. It's really nice gilding. Not that really super shiny, sharp kind. Those are the backs. I like that they're 4-leaf clovers. And it's nice cardstock. It's very bendy, I think. So it's the same art style as Luna Lapin. Just not just bunnies like that. I think I featured this in a video when my battery died. So I don't know where I left off. But I think I did an unboxing of this. Look at those kitties. Elephants. It's RWS. It's just animals. Like those lovers. Little sheep. So cute. Technically a ram because of the horns, but it's an adorable one. And it's got all kinds of animals in it from all over the world. So you don't have to feel left out. They didn't include animals from wherever you are from. They're probably in here. At least, you know, a couple represented. Red panda? I think it's a red panda. Like this 8 of Wands with the birds flying with them. Like that. So that is the Into the Wild Tarot. And now we're into J's. So this is the Jolanda Tarot. I have the Swedish version. Yes, I think so. And I don't have the English version because I hate those purple borders. Hate them. Terrible. Those are the backs. Really like the backs of this. So yeah, this is not English. I keep checking her website because she has a larger book that says for like a year now is going to be printed in English. I keep waiting for that. And this is a fun deck. You know, the borders are big. They don't need to be that big. Could have made the artwork bigger, borders less. Interestingly, it isn't that hard, a lot of the cards, to extend them to English, like Hermetin, if that's how you say that. It's the Hermit. There's a lot of spiders in this. This one I could not translate. Doden, death. It's not wonderful cardstock. Kind of that cardboardy, old school feeling-ish stuff. And it's sort of done this weird bendy thing. Tower. The moon is fun. A lot of fairies in it too. Sun. giant nipples on the women in this. Just saying. So stavar is the staves or wands, and S is ace. Yes. Yes. Tava is 2, Tre is 3, Fyra is 4. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing these words terribly. Fem is 5, conflict. So sex is 6, 7, but you know, you can count also. 8 is Atta, Neo is 9, Tio is 10, and then we have the Princess of Staves, so Stav Princessen, Stav Prinsen, Stav, not even gonna try, and Stav Kungen, so the king, it's the queen. Don't know strictly what that translates to. Can use Google Translate, but it's more fun for me to just guess like this. Mermaid, mermaids. That's an interesting one to me. The 4 of Cups. Like that. It's an interesting deck. The artist who drew it, Hans somebody? Hans Arnold. I think he also like was a children's book illustrator, so it has that quality to it. I don't know. It's fun. You don't need a special book to read with it, although there's some stuff that's different. Really isn't like RW. It feels a little bit like an RWS, a little bit of a Thoth mashup, but not entirely. Kind of like does its own thing. Like this feels very Thothy to me with the crocodile in it, alligator, tiger. But there you go. So that is the Jolanda Tarot. This is the Jumbledance Tarot. It's a collage deck. Oh, I never noticed that little dictionary description of collage. This is from, I think it's an older deck originally. Ordered it from the creator's website. Links, as always, below. If I forget links, just message me, you know, comment on the video. Hey, where's the link for this deck? Sometimes I forget. Life gets busy. 1998. wheelofchange.com. So a little white book talks about it. It does go its own way a bit, and a lot of the cards imagery can be very different. I trimmed mine, so it was as big as this book. It's kind of stiff a little bit. Anyway, it was hard to handle. I have big hands and it was hard to handle. And it was just a big brown border anyway. It served no purpose. So I trimmed it and now it's much easier to deal with. It's very interesting. So the majors are, you get to things like this. Just very different. The 5 of Discs. Guy with his nervous system. Very interesting deck. Takes a little more brain power to work with it. You can't just lean on what you know. Kind of gotta look at it and be like, okay, what's going on here? And the majors, the quartz, what did we do with the quartz in this one? We have boy, and then girl, and then man, and then woman. So woman is the king, the end. So yeah, the cards are a little different. It takes brain power, and there's a lot going on in these cards. A lot. So you kind of gotta pick and choose what you're gonna focus on in any given reading, or take a ton of time and like try to absorb it all. Didn't entirely get rid of the border. It's just smaller now. Didn't need to be that big. There's the Fool. Got a fox in it. So that is Jumbledance. So there's 3 decks left, and 2 of them are B decks. So we're going to do the Bs back to back. So this is the Journey of the Sacred Bee. So this was the first of the Sacred Bee Tarot. There's a trilogy of these. One's an oracle. The Wisdom of the Sacred Bee. This is the Journey, which is a Thoth-based, and then their recent one that was released was the Keeper, which is a RWS-based. Little white book. And these are the backs. The bee that is like raised. And the edges are this really pretty blue. And there's a lot of information on each card in this book for the majors. And then you get to the minors. And you have enough. Doesn't really talk about like bees per se and why, what's the bee doing in that card? I kind of want to know, like, what's the bee up to in that card? Anyway. Not every deck is created for Sharon and her insatiable curiosity. So there's bees. There's also people. And the colors in this are so vibrant. It's a beautiful deck. And you have the Hebrew letters and the astrological correspondences. Like that sun. And then, because Thoth-based, you have, instead of on the minors, so you have the root of the power of fire, for instance, and then you have those Thoth keywords. Like that. Like bees. If I haven't said it before, I've flipped almost my whole yard to be bee friendly, like that card. So this is what I was talking about before, about the vibration of the colors. It's a lot. This just really activates my brain. Like that. There's our pentacles, or earth. Like that. There's the king. So that is the Journey of the Sacred Bee. And now we have the Keeper of the Sacred Bee. Same nice box. Bees on the back. Again. Purple, violet. Beautiful color doing on that. And this is RWS based. And same kind of thing with the little guidebook. A little bit more on each card than was in the Thoth based one. So does it really, So, let's see. Does it really talk about what the bee is up to? Yeah, see, it does. This one goes into a little bit more about what the bees are doing. And these are bigger than your normal tarot. Let's get a regular tarot. Let's do this. So there you go. Not a ton bigger, but bigger. Might be easier on this side. And again, very vibrant colors. And it is an RWS clone. It's just a lot of bees in it. Some interesting things with these dotted lines. Haven't really worked with this yet. It's very new to me. I didn't do the Kickstarter, but I did pre-order it. I wasn't sure how I felt about this deck. Like, I like bees, but how would I work with bees and the tarot? And the more I saw it, the more I liked it. So then I did get it. So I don't have all of the Kickstarter extras. Like that moon. I really love the vibrant colors in this. Definitely kicks my brain up a notch. Wakes me up. I like that Temperance. Like her. So that's the Keeper of the Sacred Bee. And our final deck in this Part 5, the Kawaii Tarot. So I got this guidebook at Five Below. It was a couple bucks. And it's the same as the little white book that comes with the deck. It's just bigger pictures, a little bit easier to read, but not really different than the little white book. And this is an adorable little deck. Is it mass market? I don't know. It's, yeah, Rock Point. So it's not expensive. It's cute. I don't love the cardstock. Feels very cardboardy. Feels kind of cheap. And I'm pretty sure I edged this. I don't know. If you have this and I didn't edge it, let me know. And it's a little white book. It's the same as the other book I just showed. Those are the backs. And this is just cute. I mean, super cute. I'm pretty sure kawaii means super cute. And it's an animal deck. And so I know some people have said they don't like it, like that there's too much going on in some of the cards. I haven't experienced that myself. It's cute. It's just fun. Little cute unicorns. Like that devil. It's cute like the Boo Tarot is cute, you know? Not everything has to be so serious all the time. Sometimes you need a break from the serious. I like that Hanged Man. The Fool. So adorable. That's the Kawaii Tarot. Okay, well that was my F through K, part 5 of all my decks A to Z. I hope you enjoyed that. So please comment below. And remind me if I forget to provide links for anything. Remember to like and subscribe and click on the bell so you know when I have new videos. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye. Okay, so I've decided to do a giveaway for the length of all of my decks A to Z videos. So whenever I am done doing all of those videos, this giveaway will end. And it's for the Dreaming Way Tarot. It's a mass market deck, and you've probably seen this before. I'm not going to do a full flip through. It's a very nice deck, just isn't one that I use, so I've decided to give it away. And how you need to enter is to, in the comments, put in a comment, all one word, all my decks. And that's all you need to do. You can comment more if you'd like to, and then I will contact you if you won at the end of the drawing. Okay, thanks.